Ransomware is it's sort of the evil side of encryption. Essentially, where encryption is used to protect a company's assets, encryption can be used in a negative way by encrypting and disallowing access to the said assets. So the bad actors, they encrypt your assets, could be laptop, could be servers, could be desktops, and then demand a ransom before they give you access back to the said assets. If you pay the assets, usually it lasts around 24, 48 hours. If you pay the ransom, they'll give you access back. If not, you potentially lose access forever. The bad answer is everybody is vulnerable. There is no clear indication in terms of saying what makes you more vulnerable versus less. There's bad actors everywhere, with especially the proliferation of digital transformation. The digital assets and the technology is everywhere, and all of these assets are vulnerable. You can do interesting things to protect yourself and prepare yourself for ransomware, but essentially there's nothing that can say that you can 100% completely protect all your assets from ransomware. A couple of big things in terms of addressing the foundations. Going back to my previous point around the continuous digital transformation and just technical assets everywhere, basic foundational things like disaster recovery planning, business continuity planning, having appropriate backups, having internal governance structures to be able to have policies around how far your backup should go, having both online and offline backups, making sure you have multiple media where you're backing up your assets, making sure you have necessary bandwidth so you can recover those assets, having policies around documenting the recovery protocols. So just basic foundational things to prepare for the unfortunate incident if you're caught with ransomware. In my way of thinking, your attack surface increases for ransomware, especially when you're going through a digital transformation. With the acceleration of digital transformation, you have a lot more digital assets. That makes you a lot more vulnerable. But the upside is, as you are transforming, if you, so to speak, shift left and try to address some of the ransomware preparation early on, you can protect yourself from ransomware really well. That's actually a really good question. The answer is not binary in terms of yes or no. I know that doesn't sound very well, but it's a pragmatic question. I think the best way to approach that is, again, being very well prepared for that unfortunate incident, which means is that you should internally be testing, doing tabletops, which is the equivalent of sort of 4 tests, not only of the technology, but also of the processes. And depending on sort of the exposure and your attack surface, you may want to include not only your technology and IT departments, your InfoSec departments, but also your C-suite. And all the way, depending on how broad you want to go, all the way to your board and the audit committees of your boards. In talking to your CEO and your board, it cannot be threat mongering. It cannot be, do this, else this would happen. It cannot be threat mongering. It has to be around risk management. It has to be around a preparation for risk. Just like any other risk, we have legal risk, we have commercial risk, we have risk from depending on the business, natural risk. It's just like any other risk, and you have to manage it as such.